Within the critical landscape surrounding The Witcher, particularly in its third season, this analysis seeks to delve into why the Battle of Aratuza fails as a compelling sequence, drawing a sharp contrast with the triumph of the Battle of Helm's Deep in The Lord of the Rings. This analysis aims to uncover why the Battle of Aratuza struggles to deliver a compelling battle sequence, focusing on issues with establishing stakes and emotional investment. A comparison with the successful Battle of Helm's Deep highlights the importance of character presence and emotional engagement in crafting impactful battle sequences. In the context of The Witcher, especially in Season 3, numerous criticisms have surfaced, with a significant focus on subjective reasons for the show's perceived shortcomings. These criticisms often delve into deviations from the source material and issues with casting. However, even when attempting to evaluate the show on its own terms, it still falls short. This analysis aims to dissect why the Battle of Aratuza fails as a compelling battle sequence, contrasting it with the success of the Battle of Helm's Deep in The Lord of the Rings. Any battle sequence worth its essence must establish three crucial components to engage the audience: stakes, sequence, and soul. Stakes involve understanding the physical and emotional implications of the conflict, creating a foundation for viewer investment. Unfortunately, the Battle of Aratuza faces challenges in this aspect, stemming from the show's emphasis on large-scale political conflicts over personal character dramas. The poorly established politics and geography of the show's world hinder the audience's ability to comprehend the stakes effectively. In contrast, The Lord of the Rings excels in visual communication of essential information. The distinct locales and well-defined factions contribute to a clear understanding of the stakes in each conflict. The meticulous establishment of stakes in Middle-earth serves as a stark comparison to The Witcher's struggles in this regard. The Battle of Aratuza specifically encounters issues in maintaining tension and establishing meaningful stakes. The initial setup, with Geralt held at knife point, promises a tense confrontation, akin to the Red Wedding. However, the tension dissipates, and the episode fails to deliver on the anticipated suspense. The introduction of a binding spell over Aratuza creates an interesting problem, but the resolution is undermined by the lack of effort required to undo it. Furthermore, the introduction of additional conflicts, such as Vilgefortz breaking up with Tosaya and introducing Elvas, lacks emotional investment. The absence of characters the audience cares about diminishes the impact of the climactic battle, rendering it less compelling than desired. In contrast, the Battle of Helm's Deep in The Lord of the Rings features beloved characters facing imminent danger, intensifying the emotional stakes for the audience. The Battle of Aratuza in The Witcher. Season 3 struggles to deliver a compelling battle sequence due to issues with establishing stakes and emotional investment. A comparison with the successful Battle of Helm's Deep highlights the importance of character presence and emotional engagement in crafting impactful battle sequences. What every battle needs are a structure, providing distinct beginnings, middles, and ends to action sequences. This structure imbues them with a sense of progression, as audiences prefer witnessing sides engaging in dynamic exchanges rather than being locked in a perpetual stalemate. A well-structured battle involves attacks, defenses, retreats, and strategic reassessments, ensuring the story remains engaging. The choreography, while important, shouldn't overshadow the narrative. Ideally, a battle's events should captivate an audience even when described verbally. Applying this principle to the Battle of Aratuza, the elves, resembling Sith cosplayers, prompt the mages to cast shield spells and strike Power Ranger poses. Unfortunately, the elves possess anti-magic shield arrows, leading to a confrontation with the mages. Tosaya, though having magic, performs minimal disarming and deflecting, but delivers a hardcore Hadouken to the elf lady's husband. Amidst the chaos, it becomes challenging to discern the battle's progress, potentially due to time or budget constraints hindering detailed choreography. Fringilla, a character forgotten throughout the season, suddenly appears, stabbing an unfamiliar mage. Meanwhile, Triss, a character the audience cares about, arrives, taking an arrow to the chest. Yen intervenes, asking the elf lady to stop, but Stregobor, with the power of prejudice, saves the day. The mages depart as Stregobor prepares elven barbecue, and the elf lady escapes off-screen. Analyzing this sequence raises questions about its ability to keep the audience on the edge of their seats, create a satisfying progression, or provide a clear narrative structure. The complexity of the battle, coupled with poorly established power levels and abilities, contributes to a disjointed experience. The lack of emotional investment in characters further diminishes the overall impact, leaving viewers with more questions than answers about the battle's coherence and narrative effectiveness. Furthermore, the Battle of Aratuza is mired in confusion, with characters appearing or disappearing seemingly at random, and crucial details like the elf lady's magical abilities only vaguely hinted at in past seasons. This lack of consistency in the portrayal of magical elements adds to the overall narrative disarray. In contrast, let's examine the Battle of Helm's Deep from The Lord of the Rings. This battle showcases a meticulously crafted structure that draws viewers into the heart of the conflict. The stakes are established early on. If Saruman's forces succeed, Rohan will fall, leaving Gondor as the last bastion against Mordor. However, what truly engages the audience is the presence of beloved characters, Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas. The emotional investment in their survival intensifies the impact of every action and decision made during the battle. Let's delve deeper into the specific characteristics that contribute to the overall success of this pivotal sequence. Emotional resonance through character arcs. The Lord of the Rings invests heavily in character arcs, establishing a deep connection between the audience and characters like Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas. Their individual journeys and growth throughout the series create a strong emotional investment, making their fates crucial to the viewers. Strategic depth and meaningful challenges. Helm's Deep introduces a series of escalating challenges for the defenders, showcasing the tactical depth of the battle. The strategic decisions made by the characters in response to evolving threats contribute to the overall engagement, keeping the audience on the edge of their seats. Clear progression and narrative cohesion. Unlike the Battle of Aratuza, the Battle of Helm's Deep maintains a clear progression. Each stage of the battle contributes to the larger narrative, avoiding a stagnant or repetitive feel. This deliberate pacing ensures that every development serves a purpose in advancing the story. Iconic moments and visual spectacle. Helm's Deep is replete with iconic moments that have become synonymous with epic fantasy battles. From the lighting of the beacons to the arrival of Gandalf with the Riders of Rohan, these visually stunning sequences leave a lasting impact on the audience and contribute to the battle's overall spectacle. Interconnectedness of characters and story. The characters' individual storylines seamlessly intertwine with the larger narrative of the battle. Aragorn's leadership, Legolas' archery prowess, and Gimli's bravery become integral components of the larger conflict, reinforcing the idea that every character contributes meaningfully to the battle's outcome. Strategic decision-making and adaptability. Characters in Helm's Deep must make strategic decisions in the heat of battle, showcasing their adaptability and intelligence. This adds a layer of realism and complexity to the conflict, as the defenders must continually reassess their tactics based on the evolving situation. High stakes and global implications. The stakes in Helm's Deep extend beyond the immediate battlefield. The potential fall of Rohan would have global implications, emphasizing the gravity of the situation. This broader context enhances the significance of the conflict, providing a compelling backdrop for the events unfolding on screen. In examining the Battle of Helm's Deep, it becomes evident that its success lies in a combination of character-driven storytelling, strategic depth, and a meticulous narrative structure. These elements work in harmony to create a battle sequence that not only captivates visually, but also resonates emotionally and contributes meaningfully to the overarching story. The Battle of Helm's Deep follows a clear progression. The defending forces face escalating challenges, forcing them to adapt and reconsider their strategies. The ebb and flow of the battle maintains tension, while the characters we care about navigate the unfolding chaos. This structured approach not only enhances the visual spectacle, but also ensures that every moment contributes to the larger narrative. Returning to the Battle of Aratuza, the absence of such a structured narrative results in a fragmented and less engaging experience. Viewers are left with disjointed scenes, a lack of emotional connection to the characters involved, and an overall sense of confusion regarding the battle's significance in the larger story. The Battle of Aratuza in The Witcher. Season 3 suffers from a failure to establish clear stakes, a lack of emotional investment in the characters, and a poorly executed narrative structure. These elements, crucial for a compelling battle sequence, leave the audience disconnected and diminish the overall impact of the scene. Understanding the importance of stakes, character involvement, and narrative structure is essential for creating memorable and impactful battle sequences in storytelling. The Battle of Aratuza in The Witcher. Season 3 fails to deliver a compelling and engaging fantasy battle due to several key shortcomings, primarily in its lack of narrative and emotional significance. Let's delve deeper into the specific issues that contribute to the overall disappointment of this pivotal sequence. Absence of emotional investment. Unlike successful fantasy battles, the Battle of Aratuza lacks an established emotional connection between characters involved in the conflict. Viewers are not given sufficient reasons to care about the outcome of the battle or the fate of the characters. The absence of a well-developed rivalry or personal conflict between Tosaya and the Elf Lady diminishes the emotional impact of their confrontation. Poor cinematography and editing. The cinematography and editing fail to effectively convey the significance of key moments during the battle. Shots lack the necessary setup to make impactful scenes resonate with the audience. The lack of visual cues and emotional expressions from characters further weakens the overall impact of crucial events, such as Tosaya's spell and Francesca's reaction. Unclear power dynamics and plot armor. The episode introduces a binding spell and anti-magic shield arrows, creating a potential for intriguing power dynamics. However, the execution is unclear, and the significance of these elements is not effectively communicated to the audience. Instances of plot armor, where characters seemingly escape peril without consequence, diminish the stakes and undermine the sense of danger that should accompany a significant battle. Unfulfilling villain exits. Villains like Rhys and Lydia, who were built up over multiple seasons, meet abrupt and unsatisfying ends. The lack of a meaningful fight or a powerful exit robs these characters of the narrative weight they deserve. A missed opportunity for a compelling monologue or a moment showcasing the vulnerability of these formidable foes further detracts from the overall impact. Lack of strategic progression. A well-structured battle requires a clear sense of progression, with each side adapting and evolving their strategies. The Battle of Aratuza lacks this element, with action sequences feeling disjointed and lacking a coherent flow. The Battle of Aratuza suffers from a combination of narrative, visual, and strategic shortcomings that prevent it from being a memorable and impactful fantasy battle. Recognizing these issues is essential for crafting future battle sequences that resonate with audiences and contribute meaningfully to the overall narrative. Ineffective character arcs. Character arcs play a crucial role in shaping the emotional resonance of a battle. Unfortunately, the Battle of Aratuza fails to capitalize on the potential for character growth or transformation. Tosaya's sudden and unexplained use of a powerful spell diminishes the impact of her character arc, leaving viewers questioning the logic behind her abilities and the lack of development. Lack of tactical depth. Engaging battle sequences often involve strategic depth, showcasing the intelligence and resourcefulness of the characters. The Battle of Aratuza lacks this tactical element, resulting in a superficial clash without meaningful maneuvering or counter-strategies. The absence of strategic decision-making contributes to a sense of predictability, undermining the tension that should accompany a high-stakes battle. Failure to capitalize on source material. Deviations from the source material are common in adaptations, but the Battle of Aratuza fails to provide a compelling alternative narrative. The show's focus on large-scale political conflict at the expense of intimate character drama contributes to a disconnect from the source material's essence. Disregard for world building. The Battle of Aratuza suffers from a lack of established world-building elements, crucial for immersing the audience in the fantasy setting. Poorly explained politics, undefined geography, and unexplored motivations of major kingdoms contribute to a sense of confusion. Missed opportunities for iconic moments. Iconic moments are pivotal in creating a lasting impact on viewers. The Battle of Aratuza misses opportunities to create memorable sequences or visuals that would have resonated with fans of the series and elevated the episode. In examining these factors, it becomes evident that the Battle of Aratuza represents a missed opportunity to deliver a fantasy battle that encompasses emotional depth, strategic complexity, and a genuine connection to the source material. Addressing these issues in future episodes will be crucial to ensuring that pivotal moments are not only visually impressive, but also narratively and emotionally satisfying for the audience. In scrutinizing the Battle of Aratuza within The Witcher, it becomes apparent that the sequence falls short in several critical aspects. The absence of well-established stakes, a coherent narrative structure, and emotionally resonant characters hampers its ability to engage the audience effectively.